Hello, welcome. Today we're doing more Stormblood, and yeah, let's get to it. While you were out searching for Jifuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial ship has been sighted over Doman soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yotsu or prelude to invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Flumis. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride out in force, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yaguri, yo, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Alizai and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the land of our friends and allies. We would be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Yokuru, I believe. Then I believe I bid you seek him out and assist the remaining order in the enclave. When the people you see as an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well, we shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yatsu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to Yo and Yugiri. Well, guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I have seen it all. To Castrum Flumis, then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is. Actually, I can just fly. Wait, can I? Oh. There's a giant mountain in between. Oh. Doma is ill-equipped to deal with an aerial offensive. Should the Empire be so minded, the Exalis flying mount would be our only hope. The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view any moment. Let us await them inside the cast room.
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Doman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sas Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady. It is true, the former acting viceroy is my sister, yet bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, his radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Doma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
peace after all they have done. Never has the word rung more hollow. Lord Hein is magnanimous in victory. Given our nation's troubled history, we did not expect such hospitality. I say, I do stand in the presence of the fabled icon slayer. What an honor. We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yaguri, pray go on ahead to the Yazuka Manor docks and see that the ferries are ready. Such scenes of devastation greeted us on our journey here, the bitter wages of war. I have read much about the architecture and geology of Doma. Words do not do it justice. Upon disembarking, we will proceed directly to my hall, where we may enjoy some privacy. Lord Hein and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak to the boatman and join us on the other side. Ooh, I get a new town? It has Final Fantasy VI music, that's dope. Lord Hine has requested that Master Alphanode and Mistress Alize also be present at the negotiation. There you are, yo. So, first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say I'm quite proud of my countrymen, of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We even have an Aether right now, courtesy of the Onimushu. Be sure and attune it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. But on the matters at hand, the Ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorze and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and you shouldn't feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions. Oh, and should you feel, Alphanode and Alize will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come. I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Klaken. The guardsmen will see you in.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Doma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Doma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgin's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange. Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsuyo? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
That the Empire should send Yatsu's stepbrother of all people. I wonder how he feels, a son of Doma returning home to speak for the oppressors his countrymen drove out. The fact that there are two opposing factions that work in Garlemald complicates matters. Even assuming Asa and his associates can be trusted, what of the others? Whatever Lord Hind's decision should be, I shall abide by it, yet I would be glad to welcome my lost brothers back to Doma. Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all, but on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They had not to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. You think this might all be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsu may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlean, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphinaud, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on the matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hine. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed, though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless, with so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their reparation. Only the Kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, yo, let's lead Alphinaud to dispense his copious knowledge. Someone is still sore from being made to watch at Satsuki. Go on and keep Alize company. We are safe enough for now. You more than earn the rest, my friend. Leave the interminable bits to us. Worry not, yo. We shall take care of the rest. Go on and keep Alize company. Chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, yo. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question, what do we do while they prattle on? Alright, for want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and it's not as if we'd be missed here, or will we? Yo, a moment of your word. A moment, if you would. Ah, Yaguri and Asashi, was it? You have some business with Yo? Business? No. Pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration, one could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh, is that so strange? We have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the woman who would do battle with our common enemy. Unless you forget this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank her for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue as we speak, Lord Hine deliberates over my proposal. I would like this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yaguri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursions would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come into harm with you at his side. Will you join us? I am quite sure he's safe with you, Yaguri. Come now, Yo. There is naught else for us to do until Lord Hine has reached his decision, and we're not, this moment, discussing how to best learn more about the current state of Doma. It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion to Yangxia. Might we start at the town of Monsen? I would see what has become of Doma Castle. Very well, if you will follow me. Would that something could be done about these mechanical soldiers. I'll admit, I was hoping for a more leisurely trip around Yaxia, but if it's a choice between this or listening to my brother rambling on, well, here I am. Nay, can this truly be Monsen, home of the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incite the people and spur them to rise up in protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course, if you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins. I don't believe for one moment that he came here to see the sights of Yangtze. The question is, what did he come here for? Lord Hine would often come here to gaze at the castle. He was but one of many to take inspiration from its majesty. It is a travesty, a travesty. I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis. The needs of the people must, of course, come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Name is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you follow me, I will ready our boat. This excursion has proved more relaxing than I expected. It has been some time since I last visited Name, yet Issei often visits the enclave with young Azami, so we do not want for news from the village. Ready to cast off?
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble. Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
It is nothing. Leave this to me.
No quarter.
An opening.
I have you.
The art of my forebears.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong? I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
The Red Coach's presence here does not bode well. Must inform Lord Hine. Quite the swordsman, isn't he? I wonder, did the Empire train him to kill before or after appointing him ambassador? Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action. And few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least few who live to tell the tale. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord, but what of Name? He seems so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of Name would be taking kindly to the sight of a man in an imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would, and with any luck, Lord Hine will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. Huh, that's where they live. I trust you will inform Lord Hine of our encounter with the Red Coaching. If we are to deter them from encroaching on Yaxia, our response must be swift and decisive. I understand you served as the ambassador's escort. My thanks. Did you see the sincerity in his eyes when he spoke with Azami? I feel strange saying this, but what if he truly has come to sue for peace? Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hein is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guests. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. Listen, sorry. Lord Hein was quite insistent that you join him. Pray go on ahead. I will keep watch over the ambassador. Judging by the sparkle in Alphinaud's eyes, their discussion was riveting. How sorry I am to have missed it. Feeling refreshed, I trust? We have considered the ramifications of this proposal from every angle, and I believe Lord Hein has reached a decision. Master Alphinaud has shared with us his knowledge of the icons and reminded us of the threat they pose in so doing. It is strangely comforting to know the Empire shares our concern. Oh, my bad. The Red Kojin here, have there been any other incidents since the liberation? Not that I am aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yaxia, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off, but tell me, and don't be modest, was Asha truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. In the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? I still don't think he can be trusted. Then the question of what his true intention may be remains. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game, for now at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin. It was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphinaud's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and his rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you will recall, Susanoo was summoned forth with using the power of the relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning them exhausted their stores of aether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of aether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends, the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunchin and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon this Susanoo. And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asha for the success of the transaction. If there is aught we can do to help Popularis garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Yes, of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake which I would see put right, one which has weighed heavy on my mind.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please! What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Garleans shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I mean. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade. Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
Okay, I'm gonna take a short break. I'll be right back. Yeah, rip dialogue, I know. I play on a PS4 controller and the touchpad is like where I rest my hand back in the PS3 and PS2 days and PS1 days, so sometimes I forget and, you know. But I've been good about it so far. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. Thank you for watching. Alright, I'm actually gonna call it here. I have something I have to do. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.